Hello everyone. So thank you so much for the love and support that I received for my previous video, and which was the astrological and numerological prediction for the upcoming ICC Cricket World Cup 2023. And earlier I used to upload videos wherein I used to speak in English, but then there were repeated requests for speaking in Hindi, so I did the same. But now again there are another set of requests for uploading a video with the same information wherein I am speaking in English, so that the ones who don't know Hindi could also be able to understand it. So that's the reason I've decided to post another video for the prediction of the upcoming ICC Cricket World Cup 2023, and probably this video could be watched by the ones who don't understand Hindi. So we can jump straight into it. So the first match would be on October 5th between England and New Zealand. The captain of England in this World Cup would be Josh Butler, and the captain of New Zealand will be Kane Williamson. Now if you look at the birth number of these two, both their birth numbers are 8, and the driver number of the date on which the match will be played is 5. 5 and 8 is a great combination. So considering the birth number, well, it's an even contest. Now moving on to the sun sign number. The sun sign number of Kane Williamson is 1 and 4, whereas that of Josh Butler is 5. So clearly it's an advantage to Josh Butler, because 5 and 5 is a better combination as compared to 5 and 1 or 5 and 4. So that's the reason the winner of this game will be England. Now moving on to the next match, Pakistan versus Netherlands. Captain of Pakistan is Babar Azam, as we all know, and his birth number is 6. Whereas the birth number of the captain of Netherlands, Scott Edwards, is 5. And the match is being played on the 6th of October. So the driver number of the date becomes 6. So that's the reason it's a clear-cut advantage to Babar Azam. So we can predict that the winner of this game will be Pakistan. Now moving on to the next match, Bangladesh versus Afghanistan on the 7th of October. Captain of Bangladesh is Shakib Al Hasan, whose birth number is 6. Whereas the captain of Afghanistan is Hashmatullah Shahidi, whose birth number is 4. Now, if we compare with the driver number of the date, like the driver number is 7, so it's a clear-cut advantage to Hashmatullah, because 4 and 7 is a very good combination, whereas 6 and 7 is considered to be kind of a neutral combination. So the winner of this game will be Afghanistan. The next match will be played on the same date, that is on the 7th of October itself, between South Africa and Sri Lanka. Captain of South Africa is Temba Bavuma, whose birth number is 8, whereas captain of Sri Lanka is Dasun Shanaka, whose birth number is 9. So it's a clear-cut advantage to South Africa, because 7 and 9 is a very bad combination as per numerology. It's considered to be a terrible combination. So the winner of this game could be South Africa, we can predict that. Now moving on to the next match on the 8th of October. The match will be played between India and Australia, and the birth number of Rohit Sharma is 3, whereas that of Pat Cummins is 8. 3 and 8 is a terrible combination, whereas 8 and 8 is a quite good combination. So it's a clear-cut advantage to Australia, and we can predict that the winner will be Australia. The next game will be on the 9th of October between New Zealand and Netherlands. Again, we look here that birth number of Kane Williamson is 8. So and the birth number of Scott Edwards is 5. 5 and 9 is another terrible combination. So it's a clear-cut advantage again to New Zealand, and we can predict that the winner will be New Zealand. Next game on the 10th of October is between it's between England and Bangladesh, and birth number of Josh Butler, as I mentioned, is 8, whereas that of Shakib Al Hasan is 6. So things become quite interesting here, because 1 and 8 as well as 1 and 6 both are not good combinations. Both are, considered to be quite inauspicious. So the contest in terms of birth number becomes even. Now moving on to the sun sign number. The sun sign number of Josh Butler is 5, whereas that of Shakib Al Hasan is 9. Now if you look here, the driver number of the date on which the match will be played is 1. Now if we check the combinations, 1 and 5 as well as 1 and 9 both are neutral combinations. So again the contest becomes even. Now if we check the destiny number of the two captains, the destiny number of Shakib Al Hasan is 7, whereas that of Josh Butler is 9. Now again if we check the combinations 1 and 7 and 1 and 9, both are neutral. So the contest is becoming more and more interesting. Now we look at the zodiac sign of the date. Like the match is being played on the 10th of October, and the zodiac sign of this date is Libra, which is ruled by number 6. So if we compare this number with the birth number of the two captains, it's a clear-cut advantage to Josh Butler because 6 and 8 is a very good combination. So the winner of this particular match will be England. The next match is on the same date between Pakistan and Sri Lanka. Birth number of Babar Azam is 6, whereas that of Sri Lanka is 9. 1 and 6 is another terrible combination, so it's an advantage to Sri Lanka, and we can predict that the winner of this game will be Sri Lanka. The next match is between India and Afghanistan on the 11th of October. So the birth number of Rohit Sharma is 3, whereas that of Hashmatullah Shahidi is 4. So the driver number of the date would be 2. So if we see the combinations 2 and 3 and 2 and 4, both are neutral combinations. Now if we check the sun sign number for Rohit Sharma is 6, whereas that of Hashmatullah Shahidi is 9. So again if we see 2 and 6 as well as 2 and 9, both are again neutral combinations. Now if we check the zodiac sign of the date, it is Libra, which is ruled by Libra is actually ruled by number 6. Now if we check here, the combinations that we need to look at are 3 and 6 and 4 and 6. So 3 and 6 is a better combination as compared to 4 and 6. So it's an advantage to Rohit Sharma. So the winner of this game would be India. Now moving on to the next match, that is between Australia and South Africa. So in this game, if you notice, the birth number of Pat Cummins is 8, and same as the birth number of Temba Bavuma, and the driver number of the date on which the match is being played is 3. So 3 and 8 are is not a good combination. So on the basis of the birth number, it's an even contest. Now moving on to the sun sign number. The sun sign number of Pat Cummins is 6, and same as the sun sign number of Temba Bavuma. So again it becomes an even contest. Now moving on to the conductor number of the date. Now the conductor number of the date is 2, and if you look at the destiny number of the two captains, the destiny number of Pat Cummins is 8, whereas the destiny number of Temba Bavuma is actually 5, and the conductor number of the date on which the match is being played is 2. 2 and 5 is another terrible combination. So on that basis we can say that the advantage is with Pat Cummins. So the winner of this match will be Australia. Now moving on to the next game, which is between New Zealand and Bangladesh on the 13th of October. The driver number would be 4, and the birth number of Kane Williamson is 8, whereas the birth number of Shakib Al Hasan is 6. So on the basis of the birth number, there's an advantage with Kane Williamson. So the winner of this game will be New Zealand. The next game, the most exciting one, is between India and Pakistan on the 14th of October. Now the driver number becomes 5. The birth number of Rohit Sharma is 3, whereas that of Babar Azam is 6. So 3 and 5 as well as 6 and 5, both are neutral combinations. Now if we look at the sun sign number, The sun sign number of Rohit Sharma is 6, whereas that of Babar Azam is also 6. So that again becomes an even contest. Now moving on to the zodiac sign of the date on which the match is being played. The zodiac sign of the date is 6, and if we check the combination of this number with the destiny number of the two captains, like the destiny number of Rohit Sharma is 5, whereas that of Babar Azam is 3. So it's a clear indication that the advantage is with Babar Azam, because 3 and 6 is a very good combination, whereas 5 and 6 is kind of a neutral combination. So on that basis we can say that the winner of this high voltage contest will be Pakistan. And now moving on to the next game between England and Afghanistan on the 15th of October. The birth number of Jos Butler is 8, whereas that of Hashmatullah Shahidi is 4. And 6 and 8, like 6 is the driver number of the date on which the match will be played. 6 and 8 is a very good combination, whereas 4 and 6 is kind of a neutral combination. So it's a clear-cut advantage with England. So we can predict that the winner of this contest will be England. The next game is between Australia and Sri Lanka on the 16th of October. And again, if we see here, on the basis of birth number itself, we can predict the winner. The birth number of Pat Cummins is 8, whereas that of Dasun Shanaka is 9. And the driver number of the date on which the match will be played is 7. 7 and 9 is a terrible combination. So the winner of this particular match will be Australia. The next one is between South Africa and Netherlands on the 17th of October. Birth number of Temba Bavuma is 8, whereas that of Scott Edwards is 5. And the match will be played on the 17th of October. So the driver number is 8 of the date. And 8 and 8, whereas if we compare the two combinations, which are 8 and 8 and 8 and 5, so both are very good combinations. So it becomes neutral in that regard. Now if we check the sun sign number of the two captains, the sun sign number of Temba Bavuma is 6, whereas that of Scott Edwards is 5. So if we compare, again if we see here, the two combinations will be 6 and 8 and 5 and 8. So 8 goes very well with 5 and 6 both. So again it becomes an even contest. Next, if we compare the destiny number of the two captains, the destiny number of Temba Bavuma is 5, whereas that of Scott Edwards is 2. So if we check the combinations of this destiny number with the driver number, so 5 and 8 is a very good combination, whereas 2 and 8 is kind of a neutral combination. So it's an advantage with South Africa, and on that basis the winner of this match will be South Africa. The next game is between New Zealand and Afghanistan on the 18th of October. So the birth number of Kane Williamson is 8, whereas that of Hashmatullah Shahidi is 4. So 4 and 9 is considered to be a very good combination, and the driver number of the date on which the match is being played is 9. So we can predict that the winner of this particular match will be Afghanistan. The next match is between India and Bangladesh on the 19th of October. Now the birth number of Rohit Sharma is 3, whereas that of Shakib Al Hasan is 6, and the driver number of the date is 1. And 1 and 6 is considered to be a terrible combination, whereas 1 and 3 is a neutral combination. So we can say that the advantage is with Rohit Sharma, and we can predict that the winner of this match will be India. Next one is between Australia and Pakistan on the 20th of October. So the birth number of Pat Cummins is 8, whereas that of Babar Azam is 6. So the two combinations are 2 and 8 and 2 and 6. So both are kind of neutral combinations. Next, if we compare the sun sign number, so the sun sign number of both the captains is 6. So, again it becomes an even contest. Now, if we check the destiny number of the two captains, the destiny number of Pat Cummins is 8, whereas that of Babar Azam is 3. So again, both the combinations, of the driver number with the destiny number of the two captains is kind of neutral. So again, it becomes an even contest. Now we check the zodiac of the date on which the match is being played. So the zodiac is, the zodiac of 20 October is Libra, which is ruled by number 6. Now if we check the combination of the zodiac number with the destiny number of the two captains, we notice that the destiny number of Pat Cummins is 8, whereas that of Babar Azam is 3. And the zodiac number is 6. So the combination of 6 and 8 is considered to be a very good combination, whereas the combination of 6 and 3 is also considered to be good, but 6 and 8 is slightly better. So based on that, we can say that the advantage is with Pat Cummins, and the winner of this particular match will be Australia. The next match is between Netherlands and Sri Lanka. So it's on the 21st of October, and the birth number of Scott Edwards is 5, whereas that of Dasun Shanaka is 9. So it's a clear advantage to Dasun Shanaka, because 3 and 9 is considered to be a very good combination, whereas 3 and 5 is a neutral one. So the winner of this match will be Sri Lanka. The next match is between England and South Africa on the same date, that is 21st of October itself. So the birth number of both the captains is 8, so it becomes an even contest in that regard. The sun sign number of Temba Bavuma is 6, whereas that of Joss Butler is 5. So here the advantage is with South Africa, because 3 and 6 is a very good combination. So the winner of this match will be South Africa. The next match is on the 22nd of October between India and New Zealand. So the birth number of Rohit Sharma is 3, whereas that of Kane Williamson is 8, and the driver number of the date is 4. So 3 and 4 is a terrible combination, whereas 4 and 8 is a good combination. So it's an advantage to New Zealand. So the winner of this particular match will be New Zealand on the 22nd of October. Next one is between Pakistan and Afghanistan on the 23rd of October. So the birth number of Babar Azam is 6, whereas that of Hashmatullah Shahidi is 4. So 4 and 5 and 5 and 6, like, both are neutral combinations. So this becomes an even contest as far as birth number is concerned. The sun sign number of Babar Azam is 6, whereas that of Hashmatullah Shahidi is 9. And the driver number of the date is 5. So 5 and 9 is a terrible combination. So it's an advantage to Babar Azam, and the winner of this particular match will be Pakistan. Next one is on the 24th of October between South Africa and Bangladesh. So the birth number of Temba Bavuma is 8, whereas that of Shakib Al Hasan is 6. And the match is being played on the 24th of October. So the driver number of this particular date is 6. So the combinations that we need to check here are 6 and 6 and 6 and 8. So 6 and 8 is a slightly better combination than 6 and 6, because the latter is also a very good combination, but there's a slight advantage to South Africa. So the winner of this particular match will be South Africa. Next one is on the 25th of October between Australia and Netherlands. So the birth number of Pat Cummins is 8, whereas that of Scott Edwards is 5, and the driver number of the date is 7. So 7 and 8 is a slightly better combination than 7 and 5. So the winner of this particular match will be Australia. Next one is between England and Sri Lanka on the 26th of October. So the birth number of Joss Butler is 8, whereas that of Dasun Shanaka is 9, and the driver number of the date is 8. So it's a clear advantage to Joss Butler, and we can predict that the winner of this match will be England. Next match is on the 27th of October between Pakistan and South Africa. And we look here that the birth number of Babar Azam is 6, whereas that of Temba Bavuma is 8, and the driver number of the date is 9. So 6 and 9 is a better combination than 8 and 9. So it's an advantage to Pakistan, and we can predict that the winner of this match will be Pakistan. Next one is on the 28th of October between Australia and New Zealand. Now the birth number of both the captains is 8, whereas the driver number of the date is 1. So 1 and 8 is a very bad combination, but since the birth number of both the captains is 8, it becomes an even contest. Now the sun sign number of Pat Cummins is 6, whereas that of Kane Williamson is 1. Now we notice here that the driver number of the date is 1. So 1 and 6, which is the sun sign number of Pat Cummins, is not a good combination, rather it's a terrible combination. So it's an advantage to New Zealand, and the winner of this particular match is going to be New Zealand. The next match is on the same date, that is on the 28th of October itself, between Netherlands and Bangladesh. Now the birth number of Scott Edwards is 5, whereas that of Shakib Al Hasan is 6, whereas the driver number of the date is 1. And 1 and 6, as I mentioned, is a terrible combination, so it's an advantage to Netherlands over here. And the winner of this match, which could also be termed as an upset, would be Netherlands. So here Netherlands will upset Bangladesh. Next one is on the 29th of October between India and England. Now if you notice the birth number of the two captains, the birth number of Rohit Sharma is 3, whereas that of Josh Butler is 8, and the driver number of the date is 2. So 2 and 3 and 2 and 8 both are kind of okay combinations. So it's an even contest in that regard. Now if you notice the sun sign number of the two captains, the sun sign number of Rohit Sharma is 6, whereas that of Josh Butler is 5. And 2 and 5, as I mentioned earlier, is a terrible combination, whereas 2 and 6 is kind of an okay combination. So on that basis we can say that the advantage is with Rohit Sharma, and the winner of this particular match will be India. Next match is between Afghanistan and Sri Lanka on the 30th of October. So the birth number of Hashmatullah is 4, whereas that of Dasun Shanaka is 9. So 3 and 4 is a terrible combination, whereas 3 and 9 is a very good combination. So it's a clear-cut advantage to Sri Lanka, and the winner of this match will be Sri Lanka. Next is on the 31st of October between Pakistan and Bangladesh. So the birth number of both the captains is 6, so it becomes an even contest in that regard. The sun sign number of Babar Azam is 6, whereas that of Shakib Al Hasan is 9. Now the combination of 4 and 9 is considered to be better than the combination of 4 and 6, which is the sun sign number of Babar Azam. So there's an advantage to Bangladesh in this match, and the winner of this particular match will be Bangladesh. Next one is on the 1st of November between New Zealand and South Africa. Now the birth number of both the captains is 8, and 1 and 8 is a terrible combination, but since both the captains have the same birth number, it becomes an even contest. Now if you look at the sun sign number, the sun sign number of Temba Bavuma is 6, whereas that of Kane Williamson is 1 and 4. And 1 and 6 is considered to be a terrible combination, so it's an advantage to New Zealand, and we can predict that the winner of this match will be New Zealand. The next one is on the 2nd of November between India and Sri Lanka. Now the birth number of Rohit Sharma is 3, whereas that of Dasun Shanaka is 9. And 2 and 3 and 2 and 9 both are kind of okay combinations, so it becomes an even contest. Next, the sun sign number of Rohit Sharma is 6, whereas that of Dasun Shanaka is 5. Now 2 and 5 is considered to be a terrible combination, whereas 2 and 6 is kind of an okay combination. So it's an advantage to Rohit Sharma, in other words to India. So the winner of this particular match will be India. On the 3rd of November, we have the match between Netherlands and Afghanistan. Now the birth number of Scott Edwards is 5, whereas that of Hashmatullah is 4. So 3 and 4 is considered to be a terrible combination. So it's an advantage to Netherlands over here. And the winner of this match, again it could be termed as an upset, would be Netherlands. Next, on the 4th of November, the game is between New Zealand and Pakistan. Now the birth number of Kane Williamson is 8, whereas that of Babar Azam is 6. So it's an even contest in this regard. Now if we look at the sun sign number of the two captains, the sun sign number of Babar Azam is 6, whereas that of Kane Williamson is 1 and 4. So it again becomes an even contest. But since the driver number of the date on which the match is being played is 4, there's a slight advantage to Kane Williamson, because 4 and 4 is a very good combination. So the winner of this particular match will be New Zealand. We have another match on the same day between England and Australia. So the birth number of both the captains is 8, so it becomes an even contest. Now if we look at the sun sign number of the two captains, the sun sign number of Pat Cummins is 6, whereas that of Josh Butler is 5. So on the basis of the sun sign number as well, it becomes an even contest. But if we look at the destiny number, the destiny number of Pat Cummins is 8, whereas that of Josh Butler is 9. And the driver number of the date on which this match will be played is 4. So as I mentioned earlier, 4 and 9 is considered to be a very good combination. So there's an advantage with Josh Butler. So the winner of this particular match will be England. Then we have the match between India and South Africa on the 5th of November. Now, the birth number of Rohit Sharma is 3, whereas that of Temba Bavuma is 8, and the match is being played on the 5th of November. So the driver number of the date is 5, and 5 and 8 is considered to be a very good combination. So there's an advantage with Temba Bavuma, and on that basis we can say that the winner of this particular match will be South Africa. Then we have the contest between Bangladesh and Sri Lanka on the 6th of November. So the birth number of Shakib Al Hasan is 6, whereas that of Dasun Chanaka is 9. So it becomes an even contest because 3, 6 and 9 both belong to the same family, and they create very good combinations with each other. Next, if we look at the destiny number of the two captains, the destiny number, rather we should look at the sun sign number first. So the sun sign number of Shakib Al Hasan is 9, whereas that of Dasun Chanaka is 5. So here we notice that there's an advantage with Shakib Al Hasan because 6 and 9 is a very good combination. So the winner of this particular match will be Bangladesh, which could be termed as another upset. Next is between Australia and Afghanistan on the 7th of November. Now the birth number of Pat Cummins is 8, whereas that of Hashmatullah is 4. So it's an even contest in that regard. But if we look at the sun sign number, the sun sign number of Pat Cummins is 6, whereas that of Hashmatullah is 9, and 7 and 9 is considered to be a terrible combination. So there's an advantage with Pat Cummins, in other words with Australia. So the winner of this particular match will be Australia. Then on the 8th of November, there's the contest between England and Netherlands. So the birth number of Josh Butler is 8, whereas that of Scott Edwards is 5. So 8 and 8 as well as 8 and 5 both are considered to be very good combinations. So it's an even contest in that regard. But if we look at the sun sign number, the sun sign number of Josh Butler is 5, whereas that of Scott Edwards also 5. So again it becomes an even contest. Now if we look at the destiny number of the two captains, the destiny number of Josh Butler is is 9, whereas that of Scott Edwards is 2. So again it becomes an even contest. But if we look at the zodiac sign of the date on which the match is being played, it is Scorpio, which is ruled by number 9, and the birth number of Scott Edwards is 5, and 5 and 9 is considered to be a terrible combination. So there's an advantage with Joss Butler, and we can say that the winner of this match will be England. Then we have the match between New Zealand and Sri Lanka on the 9th of November. Now the birth number of Kane Williamson is 8, whereas that of Dasun Shanaka is 9. So it's a clear advantage to Dasun Shanaka because 9 and 9 is a very good combination. Now we are checking this combination because the driver number of the date on which the match is being played is 9. So this combination will favor Sri Lanka, and the winner of this game will be Sri Lanka. Then on the 10th of November we have the contest between South Africa and Afghanistan. Now the birth number of Temba Bavuma is 8, whereas that of Hashmatullah Shahidi is 4, and 1 and 8 is considered to be a terrible combination. So and 1 and 4 is kind of an okay combination. So there's an advantage with Afghanistan over here because 1 and 8 combination will actually harm South Africa on this date. So the winner of this game will be Afghanistan, which would be another upset. Now on the 11th of November, the contest is between Australia and Bangladesh. Now the birth number of Pat Cummins is 8, whereas that of Shakib Al Hasan is 6. So it becomes an even contest because 2 and 8 as well as 2 and 6 are considered to be neutral combinations. Now if we look at the sun sign number, the sun sign number of Pat Cummins is 6, whereas that of Shakib Al Hasan is 9. So again it becomes an even contest. Now if we notice the destiny number of the two captains, the destiny number of Pat Cummins is 8, whereas that of Shakib Al Hasan is 7. So the combinations that we check here are 2 and 8 and 2 and 7. Now 2 and 7 is considered to be a fantastic combination. So this combination will actually favor Bangladesh, and the winner of this game will be Bangladesh, which would be a huge upset. Now the next one is between England and Pakistan on the same date, that is on the 11th of November itself. So the birth number of Joss Butler is 8, whereas that of Babar Azam is 6. So again it becomes an even contest because both the combinations that we would check, both the combinations of the driver number with the birth number of the two captains are neutral. Next, if we look at the sun sign number, the sun sign number of Joss Butler is 5, whereas that of Babar Azam is 6, and 2 and 5 is considered to be a terrible combination. So this combination will actually harm England, and in other words it will benefit Pakistan. So the winner of this particular match will be Pakistan. Next, the contest is between India and Netherlands on the 12th of November. So the driver number of the date becomes 3, and the birth number of Rohit Sharma is also 3, whereas that of Scott Edwards is 5. So it's a clear advantage to Rohit Sharma because 3 and 3 is a superb combination. So the winner of this game will be India. So this was the prediction of the 45 league matches of the ICC Cricket World Cup 2023. So on the basis of these predictions, we have found that India will be winning 5 games, Pakistan will also win 5 matches, Sri Lanka will win 4, Bangladesh will win 3, Australia will be winning 6 matches, and the same goes with England and New Zealand because both the teams will be winning 6 matches each. South Africa will also win 5 matches, Netherlands will win 2, and Afghanistan will be winning 3 matches. So clearly, the 3 teams that will qualify for the semi-finals straight away will be Australia, England and New Zealand. And then we have South Africa, India and Pakistan who will be winning 5 matches each. So based on the calculations and based on the analysis, we have found that the 4th team that will qualify for the semi-finals will be India. and the order or we can say the ranking of the 4 teams will be: Australia will be at the top, followed by England. New Zealand will be at the third position, and India will be at the fourth spot. So, on the basis of that, we can move to the semi-finals, and we can do the predictions for the two semi-finals. The first one is on the 15th of November between Australia and India, because the first one is between the first and the fourth team. So as I mentioned, that the first team will be Australia and the fourth one will be India. Now on the 15th of November, the driver number of the date becomes 6, whereas the birth number of Pat Cummins is 3, and that of birth number of Pat Cummins is 8, and that of Rohit Sharma is 3. So 6 and 3 as well as 6 and 8 both are considered to be very good combinations. So it will be an even contest in this regard, and the contest will be a very high voltage one. There's no denying that, like there's no doubt about it. Next, if we look at the sun sign number of the two captains, the sun sign number of both the captains is 6. So again it becomes an even contest. But if you look at the destiny number now, so the destiny number of Pat Cummins is 8, whereas that of Rohit Sharma is 5. And the driver number of the date on which the match is being played is 6. And 6 and 8, which is the birth number of Pat Cummins, is considered to be a very good combination, whereas 6 and 5 is a neutral combination. So this combination of 6 and 8 will actually favor Australia, and the winner of the first semi-final due to that will be Australia. Now if we move to the second semi-final, it will be between England and New Zealand on the 16th of November. Now here the birth number of both the captains is 8, so it becomes an even contest. Now if you look at the sun sign number of the two captains, the sun sign number of Josh Butler is 5, whereas that of Kane Williamson is 1. So like 1 and 7, whereas 1 and 7 and 5 and 7 both are neutral combinations. So again it becomes an even contest. But if we look at the now 16th November will be the date. So the zodiac sign of the date on which the match is being played is Scorpio, which is ruled by number 9. Now if you look at the destiny number of the two captains, the destiny number of Josh Butler is 9, whereas that of Kane Williamson is 8. So the zodiac number of the date on which the match is being played is 9. So it's a clear advantage to Josh Butler, because his destiny number is also 9, and 9 and 9 is considered to be a much better combination than 9 and 8. So the winner of the second semi-final will be England. And then we move to the grand finale, which is on the 19th of November. So the driver number of this state becomes 1, and this final will be between Australia and England. So the birth numbers of both the captains is 8, so it becomes an even contest in that regard. Now if we look at the sun sign number, the sun sign number of Pat Cummins is 6, whereas that of Josh Butler is 5, and the driver number of the date on which this match is being played of the date on which this match will be played will be 1. And 1 and 6 is considered to be a terrible combination. Now 6 is the sun sign number of Pat Cummins, whereas 1 and 5 is considered to be kind of a neutral combination. So this combination of 1 and 6 will actually harm in Australia. In other words, it will benefit England. So we can say due to this combination of 1 and 6, there will be a disadvantage to the Australian side, which will give England an advantage. And so the winner of this grand finale, the winner of the World Cup final, or in other words the winner of this ICC Cricket World Cup 2023 will be England. So this was the prediction of the ICC Cricket World Cup 2023. Now there are a few points that I'd like to mention here, that this prediction has been made assuming the captains of the different teams. We have assumed that the captain of England will be Joss Butler, the captain of India will be Rohit Sharma. So we have assumed certain individuals to be the captains of their respective sides. Now, if any captain changes, then the prediction will also need to be updated or modified if any captain of any side changes. And this prediction has also been made assuming that the birth details of the captains which is available online is correct. If the birth detail is incorrect, well, in that case nothing can be done, because if the birth detail is incorrect, then we have to find out the correct birth detail, and on the basis of that there will be certain updation or modification in the prediction. But we have made these predictions, we have made this prediction assuming that the birth detail which is available online is correct. And one more important point that I'd like to mention is that this kind of prediction, like wherein you are checking the combination of the birth number, the sun sign number, the destiny number, with the driver number of the date on which the match is being played, or wherein you are checking the combination of the zodiac number of the date with the birth number, or the destiny number of or the sun sign number of the captains. This can be followed only in major tournaments like the World Cup. Like this kind of prediction, this kind of analysis, this process of prediction can be followed only for major tournaments like the World Cup. Now, please don't assume that in this manner itself we can predict every single match that is played in any contest. This process can be followed only in major tournaments like the World Cup. Now, lesser the relevance of the tournament, the more the difficulty in the prediction. If any tournament is less relevant, the difficulty of prediction is more, the calculations will be more, the process would be more complicated. So this kind of process can be followed only for major tournaments like the World Cup. So this was the prediction and the analysis for the ICC Cricket World Cup 2023. We will continue to share our thoughts and views on other important stuff as well. We will continue with our series of predictions too. So please stay tuned with our channel, and thanks a lot for watching.